Hey everyone, this is the Jose32 back again. It's time for another deck review here on 366 Days of Cards. And today we're going to look at this one. It's a French deck. It says Zoo 54, Zoo de 54, Cartes Deluxe on the top. Here in the center it says Glacis Lavables. I'm guessing that means it's washable. I'm not entirely sure. And then here towards the bottom we got a red owl, and it says mayette-paris. I think that's the brand. And then at the very bottom we got another symbol. It says Huron, and there's a bird there. I think that is a I forget what it's called now. Whatever. On one side says Cartes Deluxe, and there's a 54. On the other side, same thing. At the top, Zoo the 54 cards. And as you can see, there's tape all over this box too. I just noticed that. And in the bottom, I'll show you in a minute. The bottom is actually missing. I took the cards out just so that I could show you the box a little easier without the cards going all over the place, but the bottom is missing. And on the back, you see the back design of the cards. And it is a bridge-sized deck as far as I can tell. Now, if you saw my unboxing video, you probably saw me take the cards and throw them away. That's because I thought half the cards were missing. But that's just because the cards are so freaking thin. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's basically paper thin. It's probably the thinnest deck of cards I've ever seen. I think they're all plastic. I don't know. I think they're plastic, but I'm not entirely sure. The reason why I got these is not so much because they're vintage, more because they're French. And I wanted a deck of cards that has French faces like this for a long time. The back design is pretty basic, pretty simplistic. Not really sure what to make out of it. It looks like flowers. It looks like corn over here. Looks like maybe soil. I really don't know. The faces are pretty interesting. This is a king. All the cards do have 4 indices. This is a king of diamonds. As you can see, the kings have R's instead of K's because it stands for RAR. I can't even pronounce it. But basically, Ray. Or at least that's how you pronounce it in Portuguese, is Ray. Not good at pronouncing it in French. And this one actually says Caesar on it. They all say in the corners, 2 corners, a name on the court cards. This one says Caesar. It's kind of stupid because they have an index there and then they put the name over it. I don't know what the idea is with that, but that's what you get, a French style court card. Here's another king, king of clubs, and this one says Alexander. I think it's really hard to read it, as you can see. All the aces have 1s on them instead of an A, but same thing basically. Those are your diamonds. Here's your club pips. They're pretty nice. King of Hearts is King Charles. Here's your ace of spades, because I know you're going to ask about it. Nothing spectacular about it, just a standard card. Jokers look like this. It's a guy with a jester outfit and some head on a stick. He's kind of an ugly looking dude. He's got pointy mustache, a long beard. Looks kind of scary looking. In the 2 corners you got this, you can't even tell I think, but it's a red circle with a star in it. Almost looks like a pentagram. And then on the bottom you got all 4 suits: hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. And you get 2 like this. There's one, the other one's in here somewhere. Here's your heart pips. Here's your back design. I guess we sort of looked at that already. The 1 of hearts. look at some more court cards here. This next one is a Jack. It's represented with a V. I think it stands for valet, but I'm not entirely sure. And this one says the name Lahir in the corner. And the queens are represented with a D for Dam. Dom. I guess it's how pronounced. Dom. Sorry, my French sucks. And this one is Judith. Isn't that a Jack? This one is Hogier, I believe. This queen is Palas. King of spades is King David. Your ace of clubs, or one of clubs, is actually fancy. It's got a club pip, which is basically striped. It's not colored in entirely. It's got this leaf type reef around it. And then at the bottom you got this logo, which is Huron. And then you got that bird again. I forget what it's called. It's been a long time since I've seen him at the zoo. Isn't that a Jack? This one is Hector. Queen here, Rachel. Another Jack. This one is Lancelot. Queen here. This one is Arsene or something like that. Here's the other Joker, identical to the other one. And that is it. These court cards are what all of our court cards are based off of. And they're all, as you can see, based off actual characters. Or actual figures, I should say. Kings and queens. Again, these cards are quite curved, as you can see. They, fan about as good as you might expect them to. And they spread about as good as you expect them to. They dribble a little bit, not too bad. I mean, they're hard to dribble because of how thin they are and how small the packet is. It's very, very thin. Like, here's a regular packet. Here's this one. It's also a little bit shorter, but it's incredibly thin. As you can see, it's almost half the thickness, or at least I'd say it's about 2/3 the thickness of a regular deck of cards. It's just ridiculous. And the cards are super, super thin, like I mentioned. Shuffling. I've tried this a couple times. It's pretty difficult. I guess once you get the hang of it, it's a little bit easier, but it's quite difficult because of how thin they are. But yeah, that is the deck. It's a mayette-paris deck. I'm not sure exactly if that's the brand name or what, but that's what it says on the box. I like it because of French court cards. I've been looking for a deck with cards like this for a long time, so I'm really happy to have it. That is this deck review. Sorry if the video is a bit long. I'll see you next time.